Okay, so last time we did the example isometric drawings, or we did 3 of them. And based on those 3, oh no, everything got shut down. Sorry, folks. Let's see how long this is going to take. So we did 3 of those on the yellow sheet, and it's not even going to work, is it? Never mind. And based on that, you should have been able to do the other 2, especially considering the fact that you are just sort of copying the provided example. You didn't really even have to like interpret them, but that is the first assignment for this project, is showing me that you can, at least for the most part, recreate basic isometric drawings using straight edge, shading the faces that you're supposed to shade, and no hidden lines, which I have a few notes for some of the ones that I got last time, but that is your first assignment. Show me that. Okay. Then let's yeah, actually, let's go ahead and do this one together. We can do this probably in 20 minutes or so, making all of these shapes in OnShape as individual parts, and then assembling them as if this was your plan. So the first part, when you get to your plan, is going to be making your own design, and we'll talk about how to do that in a second. But for now, we are going to go ahead and pretend like this is your design. This is the design you made, and I actually need to get printouts for this for next time, blank ones of these. But pretending this is your design, we can go ahead and make that. So once you have your completed design and you have your own isometric drawings, you're going to go to OnShape and create a new document, and let's just call it PuzzleCube. Okay, go ahead and do that. You are doing that, and you maybe call it PuzzleCube test, or I don't know, call it something. You call it your own another one, but we're going to do one of these together. You're going to have a different part studio, a different tab in this one document for each of the 5 pieces, and then the assembly is going to be in here also. Okay, do yourself a favor and do all of the parts in here. So we're going to make all 5 of these. Will not take very long. Let's start with the green piece. The green piece is 3 blocks. It's 5 total blocks, and each block is 3/4 of an inch. And there's no reason why we can't be precise with this. So let's start a sketch on the front plane, and let's do a rectangle. We can do these bottom 3 this way, and well, can it do math in it? 3 times 0.75. Yes, it will do the math for you. So the bottom here is 3 blocks, and this is 1 block, and then we're going to do the other 2 this way. So this one, what's going on here? This one green piece is going to be, it's 2 more this way, so that's 1.5. I mean, there's only 3 different dimensions you have to remember: 0.75, 1.5, and 2.25 if it's 1, 2, or 3 blocks, because it can never be any other than that. So this is our first sketch with those dimensions. Okay, you have to dimension everything. Even if you eyeball it, or something's like, an inch instead of 1.5 inches, it's not going to fit in the assembly. So this is our just standard. This is our, oh, I have a lot of pixels to work with today. Green piece, the 5-block L. And so we have it 2-dimensionally. We can finish the sketch and then extrude, look at it from a corner. 1 and 2, and our extrusion distance is 0.75 because each block is each wooden block is 0.75. And we can go ahead and turn off the origins. And we can go ahead and color it now. Let's change right click, edit appearance, I guess, and let's give it a color. I don't know how you right click on your Chromebooks, but there you go. And we'll right click here and rename it. Just the file name of the part is just green. You don't have to call it green part or anything. There you go. Okay, let's insert a new element, create part studio, and let's look at next one. Let's do the pink L. Pink L is just as easy. So we'll start a sketch on, I mean, technically you could choose a different plane to sketch on based on where it goes, but we're going to be moving things around so much anyway, it doesn't matter. So let's do a sketch on the front. We'll look at it straight on. So this is 3 blocks tall and 1 wide, and then an extra 1 by 1 sticking out to the right. So we'll go like this and get a rectangle that, what is going on with my touchpad? Let's get a rectangle. Dimension this. This is 3 blocks, so you can do 0.75 star 3. Again, once you, the point of this is you can actually just have the program do the math for you. But I mean, it's only one of 3 different distances, so it shouldn't be that hard. And then there's one more like this, and this is 0.75 on each side. Okay, and you can see how this is our pink piece, a 4-block L. And we'll finish the sketch, and we turn off all the origin stuff and extrude this, extrude both portions of it. Distance of 1 block. So everything is a multiple 0.75. And let's edit this appearance. Right click, edit appearance, and this one is pink. Although I don't really have a pink. Do I have custom colors here? What's a good pink color? I need red. Let's see if I can come up with some full RGB. Out of thin air, 255. 180. 225. There you go. A nose RGB. All right, so that one we can call right click, rename, just call it pink. Okay, let's do, I think the gray one is probably the next least difficult. And this one is actually a 6-block piece. It's sort of like a 3-block L twice. So all we need to draw is a 3-block L and extrude it 2 blocks, or 1.5, depth thick, and which technically this block could exist without one in the back behind it, because it would fit the rules of having wooden blocks glued to faces, but you would draw it from a different angle if it was a weird connecting shape. So for this one, let's go ahead and do a new part studio. And let's sketch on the front plane again. Let's look at it straight on. And we just need 2 blocks by 1 block this way. 1.5, 1.5, 0.75, and then another single block this way. Okay, finish the sketch. And we turn off all the origin stuff because we're only doing a single extrusion and extrude. Choose both of these, and we want to extrude it 2 blocks, which is 1.5. Hit OK. And this one, let's just do a dark gray. I think if it's solid black, it will be, it will lose some of its shape or detail. So yeah, something like this is fine. And let's just call it gray. The AY is it gray? Spelled either way. All right. Next one. All right. So the shapes that are, there are shapes that you can make incorrectly and they won't fit together. So the green L, there isn't really a way to make it wrong. If you extruded it that way, it would still be the same shape. This orange piece, it is very easy to make this one incorrectly and it won't fit in your puzzle. Like this could be spun the other way, these 3 extending the other, or these 2 in the front here, extending back, and it will look the same sort of, except it'll be a mirror of it. So it's important to notice that. The other thing is that you can't do this in a single extrusion. So let's make sort of the 4 block L here, and then we'll extrude these 2 in the front towards us. Okay. So let's do new part studio. Let's put a sketch on the front plane. And we can do a rectangle on the bottom here. And this might be confusing as we go, but I'm sure if you stick with us, you'll be fine. So 2 blocks, excuse me, 3 blocks, 1 block tall. Another block, another single block that way. Okay, so we have this shape, a 4 block L, but sort of reclined. And we're going to finish this and extrude it just a single block, 0.75. The easiest mistake for this is you do an extrusion and it's set to 1 and it looks right, but it's not. Okay, so we have this much. We just need to put 2 more blocks in front of this right here. So put a sketch on this front face. Look at it straight on. And we probably can do it without projecting. Yeah, if you start in this top corner, you'll get a snap right here since it's exactly halfway. And that's fine. And we can finish the sketch and extrude. Choose this, and we're going to extrude this 2 blocks, which is 1.5. Okay, so we've extruded this out 2 more from what we had, and that is the orange piece. Okay, and we'll change the appearance. Let's make this one orange. That's not very good orange. I don't like this orange. How about 255? And a little bit more. No. There we go. Okay, and this one we can rename orange. All right, and the last piece is this blue one, which is like a 3 and 2 on the flat, and then sticks 1 up here in this corner. which I know is a horrible description, but we can give it a shot. So I'm actually going to put this sketch on the plane called top because of how I'm translating it just in my mind from what we have here. I'm going to draw the 5 blocks that are essentially sort of on the ground here. And so that's going to be a 3x1 here. And a 2x1 here. Okay, and that's the part that is sort of on the ground there. And we can extrude it a distance of 1 block or 0.75. Did I dimension that? It doesn't look right. Yeah, I did. Okay, so that's the part that is sort of on the ground, and then we just need to add 1 to this area up here. So I'll put another sketch on top, and let's put a rectangle starting here, and we don't get a snap. You can get a snap if you mouse over the exact center point here, and then you go down here and you get a soft snap. Same thing here, but when in doubt, throw some dimensions on there, which is 0.75 by 0.75. Finish the sketch, look at it from a corner, and extrude, choose that, and extrude it 0.75. And this is already blue, but just for funsies, let's change it to a different blue. Like that one. That's good. Okay, so right now we have 5 different pieces, 5 different parts, and let's throw them in assembly. For assembling, you want to start with sort of whatever's on the bottom and work your way up. In my case, the way I've built it every time is with this green piece sort of being the anchor piece, and then everything sort of wrapping around it. So let's try that. First, let's insert, and all of the parts for this should already be here because it's in the same document. So it's inserted green, and we can just, I wish we could just put it like snap it, but that's all right. Okay, and this part 1, even though it should say green, we can do right click and fix. That makes it locked in place, which is what we're looking for. Then let's insert, and thinking about the way that it would fit together, the way I've visualized the other ones are with please don't break it. With this one, the gray one sort of wrapped around it that way. So we can go ahead and do that one. So place a gray one, and we need, you are going to have to do some sort of, well, if you double click on a part, you can kind of do some visual. I mean, this isn't actually constraining anything. But it can help you figure out what faces go where. So it's going to be something like that. But we actually need to constrain it. So let's do a planar mate. Let's mate this plane to this plane and hit OK. And so that should be lined up that way. It should still move a little. Yeah. And for this, we can kind of do planes most of the way. Let's mate that plane against that one. Hit OK. Is it completely snapped? It should still move one of the directions. Yeah. And then well, let us do a flush constraint. I want a flush constraint. Parallel. Yeah, let's try parallel. This face and this face. No, that's going to break it. Oh, no, it worked. Okay. So actually, no, it didn't. Let's get rid of this. Give me a second here. I know we can mate this face or planar mate this face to this face, and that will work, but I want to see if we can, I want a plane, but the opposite. See what happens to do this and this. I don't want it to flip. Yeah, all right, that works. It knows that you want it positive. So I just did a planar, but the outside faces of each. And there we go. Okay, next one, let's do, I think, pink next. And in my example one, pink fits like that around the back. So insert and insert pink over there. And again, we can do double click and you can sort of try to figure out what goes where. And so this kind of goes roughly that direction. And let's figure out what faces go together. I know that this face right here is where the part that sticks out connects to. And apply. And it still should move in two directions. Let me see if the plane works the other way. We'll go this face and the bottom. Yeah, okay, so the direction thing solves it. And so I just did the bottom there, and it still should move in this direction. Good. And then the last one is going to be, I'll start over, why not? I like to drag it around so you can see which faces, which orientations are still need to be constrained. So I'm going to do another plane mate with that one and that one. And even though it looks like it broke the other constraints, if you hit OK, it will solve for the other ones. And there you go. And at any point, you should be able to grab the part and have it not move at all. That's how you know it's constrained. Two more parts. Let's do, I think orange one works best next. It sort of wraps around the top that way. So insert and insert orange. And this is, did I make it backwards? You know what? I wonder if I think I made this backwards. That's how easy it is. Yeah, there's no way this fits. Ah, shoot. Because the way it's supposed to fit is, that's funny. It's that easy to make it backwards. It's supposed to fit here with the other side going that way. So let's go back to orange. And yeah, it is backwards. That's hilarious. Let's change. Try to maybe go this way. Let's edit this extrusion. Edit extrusion 2. Switch directions. And because we're counting from here, it needs to be 3 blocks long, 2.25. There we go. And let's see what happens in the assembly. Did it switch directions? It did. Okay, so let's spin it around. Yeah, there we go. I didn't know that was backwards. Okay, so it's supposed to fit in here sort of that way. Let's plane mate with this, with the underside of that. Hit okay. And planar mate with this and this. Hit okay. And it should only move in this direction. Plane mate that with that. And hit okay. And now it is fixed. And the last one is blue, which I didn't name it blue. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go back to the blue one. Question?
Yeah, I'm sorry. How did we flip the orange?
How did I okay, so I went back into the part file and I changed extrusion 2 originally was 1.5 this way. And I did edit, I reversed direction and typed in 2.25 because it's 2.25 counting from this face. So it's actually that much that way. And then, all right, so let's rename that one to blue, which is what it is. And go back here. And then we just need to insert blue. And let's spin it around so we can figure out which face goes where. So that one can go like that. And it's sort of like, this is sort of roughly the correct orientation. Let's do plane between this face and either one of these. And hit okay. Plane between this and this. Hit okay. And it should only move this way. And then we can plane with this and this. What happens if you hit solve? Does it fix it? Yeah. And hit okay. And that's it. That is it for your sample digital 3D model assembly. And there you go. That's the next assignment for this project. Okay, next time we'll talk about how you're going to do your original design on the screen first, and then on paper, and then you're going to draw your own shapes. All right, go for it.